8 keys to healthy boundaries. Key number 7, moving from rigid to healthy boundaries. Hello, lovelies. It's Tiina here from Own, Kind of Wonderful, helping you reclaim who you truly are. So we're looking at going from rigid towards healthy boundaries in this episode. Now, if you watched the last episode, it was about moving from weak to healthy. And it was a lot about, knowing how to say no, taking time, reflecting, asking for 24 hours, thinking time. With rigid ones, it's kind of the same, but very different. So for those of you who have got really rigid boundaries, it's about opening up. And it's about understanding that not everybody are out to get you, and that just because somebody might live their life differently or have different opinions, that doesn't make them an idiot. And it is about knowing the cost of extremely rigid boundaries, meaning that you never, ever have any flexibility. And it's about that isolation, which is actually damaging to us. Loneliness is one of those causes of ill health. So with you, it's worth examining all the time, being very aware of what the fear is. What are you scared about? Now, this is your work, just observing, just looking, and just being very honest with yourself. Instead of huffing and puffing about other people, bringing the attention to yourself, okay? Because this is your life. Like the ones that you're huffing and puffing about, they're out there having good lives. Now, I'm not saying that you're not having a good life, but potentially, if you're watching this episode and going, I'm the one with the really rigid ones, you might have come to the conclusion of maybe not serving me, maybe actually I'm making myself miserable from my rigid boundaries. Again, if you think that you've got healthy boundaries, that's okay. But if there's something in you going, maybe a bit rigid, what's the cost? And kind of going, do I want to live like that? Don't I want to live like that? And what is it about me that needs to close down, close down, close down, close down, close down, instead of opening up? Is it a fear of somebody taking advantage, or what else might lie behind? And also think about, is the most important thing in every situation in your life, is it to be right? Is that the most important thing? I want to be right every single time. Just have a think about it. And maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is no. And if the answer is yes, what's the cost of always being right? Of that being the number one goal and proving everybody else wrong, that you were right. Okay? Opening up to new possibilities. Like the ones with the weak boundaries, it was about, being able to say no. So of course, for you, it's about being able to say yes. Yes to new opportunities, instead of saying no immediately. Now, maybe you are already in that space where people are actually not asking you anymore because they just know, well, she or he always says no, there's no point in asking. But then it's about kind of listening out, maybe in your workspace, listening out when there's opportunities to maybe get involved in something new. They're going, actually, I could imagine doing that. I could imagine being involved. So you're just opening up and showing that you are available for new things. If you have a trusted friend or partner, of course, it's a good idea to open up to them and say, I've realized that I've got really rigid boundaries and that I don't allow for the unexpected in life, the new opportunities, the new experiences to be with me, to happen to me, to take part of them, and then have that conversation and seeing how they can help you to open up a bit more. So the key word is opening up for you. Next time, it's key number 8, and we're looking at actually the consequences of healthier boundaries. Now, we've looked at the consequences of weak and rigid ones, and there are, of course, consequences to moving towards healthy boundaries, to changing the way that you interact with the world. So we're looking at that in the last key for this series. If this has been useful to you, do share it with others who may also think that it's useful for them. And as always, subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye now.